What's happening, y'all? It's your man with the plan. RJ keep it a band. And I'm back, y'all. It's been a minute. I was in the hospital. Had some colitis going on. Had some other health issues, kidneys and stuff. But yeah, we back with it. And yeah, let's just talk about. Let's go ahead and just pull it off. Let's talk about Roe v. Wade. Um, so what's actually happening with Roe v. Wade is the fact that the Supreme Court is no longer wanting to be responsible for rulings that states can rule on, and they have the power to do so, especially because these are the state's elected officials. These aren't people that are appointed by the courts or anything like that. So the fact that I kind of saw like the writing on the wall in Texas a couple years ago when they were taking that, they were restricting the abortion to like 14 weeks or 6 weeks or something, or 8 weeks or something like that. And they were also like making it really, really hard to vote. So I kind of figured it out like, hey, well, we collectively, me and my wife as a family, we was like, hey, so, because the only way that you can change the law is by voting for people that's going to change the law. But if they're making it harder for you to vote for the people that's going to be hard to get in there anyway to change the law, then yeah, they already taken away two of the options. I have to be responsible and be in control of what I'm in control of, meaning my black ass can move. So, to be honest, this might sound bad, but if you in a state and you don't like your situation and you ain't trying to vote, get together no people to vote and get a coalition and all that to get people out to vote so you can vote somebody to vote and put somebody in and elect somebody that shares your common interest. If you can't do that, might as well go ahead and move to a state where your common interests lie. Like, I like weed, I like guns, and I like women I like women being women. I like women to have their own reproductive rights. And as long as prostitution is on the state books of Nevada, and the state of Nevada has like what a woman is by definition written to the state constitution, Roe v. Wade had no effect on us here in Nevada. That's reasons why we moved here. One of the reasons why we didn't move to Phoenix, because we were either going to move to Phoenix, Atlanta. Then I thought about it. I'm like, it's still the South. Those are still the Bible Belt states. A lot of those, like, what if it all falls down? You know, like a Kanye West song, and they try to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now, I ain't know that was gonna happen that fast, but I had enough foresight to see the writing on the wall and be like, oh yeah, you already don't have women to have reproductive rights or even rights to their body, and then on top of that, you're gonna make it harder for me to vote somebody in that is gonna share that same belief that I have, that women should be able to be entitled to their own bodies. And yeah, like you're directly taking away my voice. So let me go ahead and go somewhere else. You gonna have to sacrifice. You gonna have to work jobs you didn't want to work. You gonna have to save, do things you didn't want to do. You have to cut out your weed a little bit. You got to cut off the drinking. You got to cut off going out to eat and all that. You're gonna have to really start building your savings so that you could be able to move. It costs $840.63 to get a Penske truck and the car tow. And we put gas in this joint all the way from Dallas to Las Vegas. It took 17 and a half hours. But when we got here, we knew that this is gonna be the place I'm dying at. It's gonna be the place where we die at. It's gonna be the place where we make our family. Why? Because they, as a state, believe in the same things that I believe in. As a people, we have to be a little bit more responsible for our private parts. Condoms are 98% effective. It means 98 times out of 100 people that you fuck, there's a 2% chance that somebody's gonna get pregnant. But if you put the condom on wrong, meaning you take the condom out, if you fucking somebody that don't know how to put on the condom, meaning they take the condom out, put it on one way, they feel like it ain't on the right way, and they flip it over and put it on another way, and then they stick it inside you. Yeah, shit, you might as well fuck them raw then. But if you fucking with somebody that don't know how to wear a condom, that's on you. You're responsible for that. Because you can very well close your legs and not give him none. But nah, you like him. You're like, no, y'all gonna have to, fun ain't fun no more. Y'all gonna have to start being accountable for your vaginas. Dudes, y'all gonna have to start being accountable for your semen. Me and my wife, we have sex raw all the time. But I know that if I get one little drippity drop inside her, she can get pregnant. I know that. So, in knowing that, and knowing that the price of gas is high and rising, the price of food is high and rising, it's easier to get a pistol than it is to get some formula. The economy is on the verge of a recession. The housing values are the worst that they've been in 40 years. All these things happen. And then you still decide that you're going to have a kid because of your free will. With great power comes great responsibility. Bitch, you on your own. Because the world is telling you right now it's not a time to have no kid. But you want to do what you want to do. All right, that's cool. You have to be, you got to get ready for everything that come with it. That's just like when niggas start selling drugs. Nigga in the back of his head know that a Fed case could come with it. But taking that chance. All right, high risk is high reward. But you still might lose. And if you lose, it's going to be that much as devastating. Just be a little bit more responsible. I asked my wife, I asked my best friends, I said, hey, can y'all feel the difference between condom dick and raw dick? Because I can feel the difference when I be inside. I only had 2 condoms break on me in my whole life. And that coochie felt different once that condom broke. It felt so different the first time that shit happened. I pulled my Jimmy out. I said, whoa, they're trying to put on another condom. I didn't even know it could do that. And the second time, see, as a man, and I was trying to protect myself, especially because I was a sex worker at a point in time. I need to see that semen go inside that condom myself. So even when I'm about to ejaculate, I'm still going to pull out even though I got a condom. Because I care about me. My daddy showed me in 1990 that it costed $19,000 for them to just have me. And that was in 1990. Bro, I'm not bringing no broke ass kid into this broke ass world because it's something that I want to do or something that the contemporaries do. No. Sometimes you got to break generational curses. Sometimes you got to be a little bit responsible for yourself. Sometimes you have to make the hard decisions. Nobody wants to do that though. Everybody wants everything to be convenient. All right. make that convenient. Now, if you live in a Bible Belt state or you live in a former slave state, now, as a woman, you don't have the right to your own body. And that is the law. And they're in them slave states. They obey the law. So, all right. Either change the leadership or change your situation. If you're not going to do either one of those, shut the hell up. Because it's not men's fault. It's not our fault. I didn't choose to be here. I didn't choose to be a man. Glad I am one, but I didn't choose this. This shit chose me. So men shouldn't have to answer for what women, or especially irresponsible ones, do with other irresponsible men. That's y'all fault. Take some responsibility. It's the team of you. This is not a utopian society. Everything's not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to be peachy keen. You're going to have to work for some shit. You're going to have to make some sacrifices and do some shit. You're going to have to be uncomfortable for a little bit in order to get to your point of comfortability. That's just what that is. Or fucking move. Just move. I did it. We did it. I'm disabled. My wife's small. If you can do it, I mean, if I can do it, we can do it. You can do it. It ain't the most comfortable thing. Especially during the actual transition process. It ain't the most comfortable thing. But once you get where you're going, you're going to be happy that you made the decision that you made. I believe God is a woman. Because of the ability of women to forgive, forget, and nurturing. And last time I checked, women had a bosom. Even Fred Hammond said God is not a man, for he wouldn't lie. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be lying a lot. So it's just, women are the greater species. But what I need for all black women to understand is, just because it affects you doesn't mean that it started as an issue against you. This is more so, this was all really because white women make up an overwhelming majority of abortions. They're like 60%. So their main thing is to try to preserve the white race. Because 6 out of 10 abortions in a day are done, for white women. Now, that's because they have the resources to pay for said abortion also, without actually having to do anything extra a lot. Now, you as a black woman, you're going to have to ask a nigga to go half with you on the abortion. Believe me, I didn't pay for it. You're going to have to ask a nigga to go half with you on the plan B. Believe me. Well, no, I ain't ever went half. Well, no, I have went half with somebody on the plan B. But at that point in time, I was irresponsible. I should not have been fucking. I definitely shouldn't have came inside that young lady. Thank God we communicated enough with each other at that particular point in time to be like, hey, you don't want a kid. I don't want a kid. I don't want a kid. You don't want a kid. So let's go ahead and go down to Walgreens real fast. Another thing that's essential to this is communication. Know what you want and stick to that shit. Stand on that. Because sometimes it changes after a man get inside you. What you want sometimes change. Then sometimes y'all be having babies because y'all think it's gonna keep the dude and all that. But every situation is not the same. And I'm not saying that everybody is like this. What I am saying though is when y'all do that, and then child support end up being happening, and y'all gotta get the police involved and all that other shit like that. We as single people, like people who are married without children, or not married without children, or just single without children, we pay the overwhelming majority of taxes for y'all asses. When the police gotta come out, that's our resource we paid for. Y'all don't pay taxes like that. And y'all got all these other programs. You got food stamps, Section 8, and all that shit. We don't get to partake in any of that shit. That's for y'all, because we are supposed to pick up for the slack of y'all. So technically, we already in y'all business, because y'all already in our pockets. What we're saying is as an aider and abettors of abortion and women's rights, y'all gonna have to start being a little responsible now. This is going to make you really mindful of who you actually lay down and give the draws to. That's all this is. This is going to make some folks responsible that didn't want to be responsible. And I ain't saying, how can I say this right? I'm not saying don't have sex. What I am saying is just don't let people ejaculate inside you. Or is that too much to ask? Because I don't get where logically where y'all trying to go with this. Just have some self-control. It's easy. You know what I used to do just to see if I really wanted the draws or not. Before I go over somebody, I be texting her all day, like, yeah, baby, I'm about to come through, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, you know what I'm saying? And before I come through, I go ahead and watch me a porno and jack off. Get that thing off. Because if I really want that coaching, I want it. I still want it after I bust that first nut. But sometimes after I bust that first nut, shit, I don't even want that coochie that bad no more. And I start thinking about the headache it could possibly come with and all that. And then I go ahead and go to sleep and tell her, baby, oh, I'm so sorry, something came up. Yeah, something did come up. Some come. And I decided in my head that us having sex ain't worth the trouble. A lot of folks ain't like me. And I don't want to have sex with all of y'all. I care to popular belief. So, that's just what that is. Stop going at men, especially ones that are in other states that could possibly help your black ass. Stop going against us when all we're trying to do is help. That's it. Like, you know what happens when men don't want children? And then y'all say we so-called abandon them? There's still fucking laws in place where motherfuckers still gotta pay child support. So did men really escape? No, bro, we are not the enemy, bro. We not. Your elected officials are the enemy. All right, then. You need to talk to your own elected officials because it's out of the Supreme Court's hands. Y'all going to the Supreme Court, the judges' houses, y'all protesting, doing all that shit at the Supreme Court. That shit over with. That shit done. Stick a fork in it. It's done. Y'all need to go to y'all state's capital. Protest there. Go to the city hall bill. Protest there. City court, protest there. That's where you go. But the Supreme Court is done with it. They threw with it 2 times. Cool. All I know is this weekend, y'all found out that the South ain't really as cracked up as people think. I ain't worried about bro, cause Lil Poochie good. We can probably fuck twice if they coochie good. Hey, that's a tough pill to swallow, baby. I was there for 13 years. No. Figured it out. You know, sometimes, you know, when you get on the wrong side of the law, it requires you to learn all of the law. And then once you learn all of the law and you find out that you ain't fucking with that shit, it's time for you to learn a law somewhere else. But again, enough said, that's all I have. Again, it's your man with the plan, RJ, keep it a band. As long as you keep it a band with me, I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. Like y'all just gotta just start doing better. Want more for yourself. Kids don't like broke ass parents. When you was a kid and used to have some broke ass parents, was that shit fun? Hell no. That's all I got. You keep it a band with me, I'll keep it a band with you. Peace.